How does yoga help to build muscle?
Man, I'm still thinking about everything you just said. I'm like, wow, that sounds really great. Thanks so much. Yeah, we actually just put out another DVD, which just hit #1 in all of Amazon's exercise and fitness category, which is pretty cool. But yeah, yoga and muscle. Let's talk about that. Man, so there's so many ways that you can talk about this. But mobility, I like to think of mobility as the pyramid, or sorry, as the lowest foundation of the pyramid. It is the base upon which fitness is built. If you can't get your body into a certain position and exhibit control there and exhibit, not going to be able to really build muscle, or at some point you're going to run into limitation due to that lack of mobility, and it's going to hinder your progress with building muscle. So the first way that yoga helps to build muscle, first of many ways, is helping you just to develop that body awareness and the mobility to get into and perform the exercises that you need to do to build strength. Yeah. Oh, it's reason number 2. Straight into it. All right. Reason number 2. Something that I realized, this is a personal anecdote, but something that I realized when I was doing yoga was that it was a great opportunity to really slow down and check in with your body. And I'm not just talking about being aware of, just being aware of breathing or being aware of fitness guy. That meant, okay, let's feel these muscles engaging. Let's feel around for the proper technique. Let's feel for these subtle differences, that moving your knee over here versus, keeping your knee in another spot. How does that affect your glutes? How does that affect your quadriceps? How does that affect tension in your joints? So for me, I realized that yoga could be this amazing method of fitness for developing proper muscle activation. And that's something that most other yogas don't really do that at all. There's no emphasis on, engaging the proper muscles, unless you're doing a class specifically to learn the postures, or to really take a deep dive. But most yoga classes just have nothing to do with muscle activation. It's more about, I don't need to talk about what it's more about, but it's what we do with Manful Yoga really focuses on that muscle activation aspect. So that's one way that's incredibly helpful. Another way that's incredibly helpful for building muscle is helping you to develop that body awareness, or that muscle activation, or that we say muscle activation, we say body awareness, but really it's strength. It is strength at its most basic level. To be able to use those muscles, to be able to recruit as many muscle fibers as possible, so that we can use our muscles to their full extent. So that's another way that yoga is incredibly helpful at building muscle, is just helping you have that baseline of muscle activation, or that baseline of strength, so that you can use them when you exercise. And then another way, I'll just keep it at 3 reasons for now, and I'm sure we'll get into a ton of other ways. Mm-hmm. But the other way that yoga is helpful for building muscle is because it's recovery. You can practice yoga in a variety of ways. If someone tells me, hey, I do yoga, I'm like, what kind of yoga? Because there's so many different ways to practice yoga. You can do yoga at the one end of the spectrum. You could be doing yoga where it's entirely, an hour of you sitting on the ground and doing a guided meditation and talking about chakras. On the other end, it could be this extremely intense combination of isometric exercises and calisthenics to help, build strength and work up a sweat and actually, work on cardio. So there's tons of different ways to practice yoga, but that third way that I want to focus on is the restorative aspect. So just taking that time to hold stretches for 2 or 3 minutes and let the muscles release tension so that they can recover. So many of us, especially the former athlete, CrossFit, who like doing really intense workouts, we like doing those, those really, like I said, those intense workouts, those hard-hitting workouts where it's balls to the wall. But if we don't do the restorative exercises, if we don't take time to stretch, you're actually limiting your gains, because we're only get stronger when we're recovering. The workout itself is calculated stress on the body. So when we actually take the time to stretch and recover, you're not only going to feel better, you're also going to build muscle more quickly. So those are 3 ways I think that are most important, or that are at top of mind for building muscle, and how yoga can fit into that.